Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure having you both here.
Oh, we're thrilled to be here in person.
I know.
Yes, and the Boblo doc. I can't believe that news.
I
Yeah,
have
do
no
you
idea what
have
that
good
is.
Boblo memories?
Oh, I season pass every single summer. I unfortunately never worked there because that was my main goal growing up as a teenager. I want to work at Boblo.
Yeah.
But to have the doc down, I'm one of those people that is mourning that news.
Okay.
Yeah. Boblo.
Well, what do you remember back in Harrow growing up here? Do you remember the first time you were on a stage?
Oh, well, I remember the first time that I fell in love with the stage was a grade 8 production of Anne and Green Gables. Shout out to my Aunt Jessica Boudreau. Hey. Yeah, the opportunities in Harrow were enormous. And for a small town, the United Church there is always been known for music. So I fell in love with music there. And then, lo and behold, opportunity knocked for me to go to the Royal Winnipeg Ballet.
Yeah, and
Which is
that's
where we
when
met.
you guys met. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about the first meeting. Do
I
you
don't
remember?
actually
First
remember.
Oh,
I
I
just-
remember.
You probably saw me singing somewhere or
No,
something?
no,
Oh.
your friend Christine introduced us, and she's like, "You guys are going to be the bestest of friends." And I was like, "Oh, of course," because we both love musical theater.
Yeah.
But you were 3 years younger than me at the time, and when you're a teenager,
That's a
3
big
years
difference.
is a big difference. So I was like, "Oh, she's lovely. She's so much fun." And it was a couple years after that
Yeah.
in Toronto where we
Really
really
became-
bonded.
yeah.
And we needed each other to get into the business and to survive the business, and ultimately to thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a challenge for us both, but it wasn't actually. It was fun. It was new. Everything was new. Everything was exciting and new.
It wasn't a challenge because we had each other to enable each other. Like every time that we had a difficult audition,
I'm like, they suck because they didn't hire you.
Yeah,
They're
good luck with
good
them.
luck with that. Yeah.
like it's all in the cabaret that we have coming up, our humble beginnings and how this friendship is really special.
And part of that was the building of The Amazing Race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a traumatic memory or is that a warm memory?
Now it's happy. Then it was traumatic.
It's a mixture of everything, I think. It's much more difficult than what is aired,
Yeah.
let me tell you. I think that's on purpose so that everyone at home is like,
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, that was so easy.
Yeah.
No, it was not easy.
Took us
but
4 hours to do one challenge, and it's done in a second.
But it
No.
was really rewarding. I mean, if people don't know our story, with the 3 decades of friendship we have, we've been through so much, including Catherine's terminal brain cancer diagnosis 12 years ago. She's a medical miracle. She's still with us. And she was told that she wouldn't be able to do a lot of things on The Amazing Race, and she overcame all of it. And for us to win is such a victory for her and for all people that have any kind of obstacles similar to hers.
Yeah, including COVID. You guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We don't even want to think about
We
that.
got COVID.
I know we got COVID.
right?
The
7
COVID
days later,
year.
we had to continue the race, and we were negative, but it was really hard not to cough.
Yeah. It was a really challenging season for producers,
Yeah.
for even the viewers to accept that what we went through. A lot of people thought it was perhaps unfair that we had an opportunity to return, but I want to remind people, Catherine and I were never eliminated.
Yeah.
We went from first place in episode 3
To
to
being out.
being out of the show. But thankfully, it was temporary, and we had an opportunity to come back and win.
Do you still have to defend that? It sounds like you still have
Yes.
to
Yeah,
defend
we do.
that.
And,
Really?
our season is the most controversial for numerous reasons. Also, we formed alliances.
Yeah.
And Canadians are really triggered by the forming of alliances, like it's cheating. And it's not, in our opinion.
No, I don't think it is at all. We became really good friends with these people, and we helped each other to a certain point.
We're used to Broadway shows, and
We work as a ensemble.
And you never are in this life alone, and that's a good lesson for people is you do need other people to count on, and friendships and alliances, and we certainly did, but we also gave a lot too. We didn't just receive.
How do you pull together each of your colorful lives and put them together into a musical?
Well, a lot of our lives are connected to each other anyway. So we went through. Well, we're in the middle of writing a book, and we said, well, we could turn this into like a show.
Actually, we compiled a bunch of stories that should never be told publicly.
Yes,
and
this
that
is
should
true.
probably be burned in some kind of seance. And we eventually
to
were
put
like,
them-
let's put all
all
of
of
those stories
those.
into a show and be very vulnerable. We've never played ourselves. We've only played
Yeah.
roles on stage on Broadway.
Amazing
Catherine-
Race, we were ourselves, and now here we are ourselves.
And Catherine has done numerous Broadway shows. I have
So
as
have
well.
you, yeah.
And we take those highlights and those songs and dances that people love and are familiar with, but the stories attached to them are very deeply personal, but
And-
they resonate with
And
people.
different from what it is in the show.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
context of
Yeah.
it is different, but,
But
people are satisfied with the tunes and the dances that they'll hear and see.
What's it like being that vulnerable?
I think because I have brain cancer, I'm very open and vulnerable to everything and anything because that's how I live in the world. And I think that you've supported that the whole time too. And it's to me, it's not. I haven't done it yet in Winnipeg, but that's happening in September. But I think that I'm okay with it because I want everybody to know what we've been through, and people are like, oh, I did that too. That happened to me too. So it's helping other people be vulnerable and helping them go, okay, I'm not alone.
I wouldn't do it alone. Like Catherine and I on stage together, again, we rely on our friendship to have the strength to tell these stories.
Yeah.
And then we're laughing. We laugh just as hard as the audience. And this
Especially when
audience
we mess up.
is screaming at us. They are literally screaming back with joy and shock and tears at times. It has everything for people.
Yeah.
Is it because of the Amazing Race that this door has opened for you?
Yes.
It is, yeah. And I mean, we had all this before, but now we get to add that to our story, and it's quite special.
We never anticipated winning.
No, we just wanted to do the whole thing. I just wanted to travel Canada.
Longevity. Catherine and I talked about it. We have very vulnerable conversations, and we said, like her life with her terminal diagnosis, we want as long together as possible. So that mentality we took on the race, and episode after episode, we just kept surviving, and then we found ourselves in the finale, and it wasn't until the very last challenge that we were like,
"Oh my
looking at each other, we could win
We
this.
can win.
And it has opened up doors. I don't think we would have had this platform, and we're so grateful for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be next?
Well,
Oh.
This,
this show on Off-Broadway is what we are aiming for.
which is in the talks.
Yes.
We had a quite extensive tour planned, and it's been rolled back to be able to direct it to New York and then tour. But we also have a really inspiring keynote that we're traveling the world with and all over Canada that is friendship-based. That's the first ever story, song, and dance keynote. So those keynotes
Survival of
are
the
no longer
friendliest.
boring.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
They're
I
fun.
know. Yeah, you don't want to go and watch somebody just talk. You want to see somebody sing and dance, and
Yeah, we take it to that next
yeah,
level.
we do.
I like your next level and I like your energy, but Catherine, I do want to ask you before you leave, how are you doing?
You know, I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
You know, I just went through a divorce, and the house is sold, and I've got the kids part time, and I'm feeling safer, and I'm not walking on eggshells anymore. So it's great. And you know, do you have anything?
Well, that
Yeah.
was affecting your health.
It was
as
affecting my
well.
health as
I
well,
think
yeah.
a lot of people are shocked to hear that she has a lot behind the scenes as
Yeah.
well. But you did have an unstable MRI
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in September, and that is an incredible worry. But I
Yeah.
love and admire you for sitting in that place of just gratitude and joy every single day,
Well, it's hard not to because I'm still here
and singing and dancing.
and singing and dancing, which is everybody's like, "Oh, you still dance?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Catherine's
I can
one of
still
the
kick
most
my head."
famed
Do I?
tap dancers
Do
in
I? Yeah.
Broadway history. And she revisits Cassie in a chorus line,
And I tap in the show too with my tap shoes
I don't
on.
want to give it all
I
away.
know,
I want
but-
people to get their tickets ASAP.
Yes.
Because we're selling really quickly.
Yeah, we are.
Really quickly, what are the deets?
Well, Capitol Theater, you can go on the Capitol website and behind the curtain. It's this Friday,
Right.
July 11th, 7:30. We take the stage, but we really recommend
pre-show.
people come a half hour or an hour. They open the doors an hour
Get
before.
some wine.
A half-hour video pre-show that really sets the vibe. And then we have an after party, the champagne reception that is a benefit and celebrating the Run for Rocky Legacy Fund, which does a lot of good for local students and youth.
Yeah, that's a familiar charity. Thank you so much for coming in. What a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. And we'll see you on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Craig Ramsay from Harrow, Catherine Wreford from Winnipeg. They're both here for a show at Capitol Theater in Windsor, as they said on Friday. The performance is called Behind the Curtain, Untold Stories from Canada's Team Broadway.